What up, guys? James from Bolt Bros here. Charger select round 7, pick 256, Trikweze Bridges, defensive back from Florida. You know, it's a real interesting thing when you start breaking into him a little bit more and you think, man, I think we might have got a sleeper here, guys. This could be one that could be maybe that next big cornerback that we could add to this team. I don't know. We'll see. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Trikweze and what he's all about and what he could bring to this team. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Bolt Bros. Let's go.
Bolt Bros.
All right, guys. Once again, appreciate all the love and support. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you've not. We appreciate all the love and support. Put in some comments below about the Trikweze Bridges pick. Round 7, 256 pick. Almost Mr. Irrelevant, second to last from the University of Florida. To be honest, I don't think he's an irrelevant player by any means. I'm just going to say this. I think he's got phenomenal metrics all around to him. He actually was at Oregon for about 5 years, too. So 6 college seasons, 1 at Florida, 5 at Oregon. He played 61 games, but started only 24. So there's that size of not as much experience as you do think. 7 starts at 2024 at Florida. His limited starting experience kind of early in his career raised questions about his consistency and readiness for the full-time NFL role. So there is kind of that you think, okay, he didn't get a ton of starts under his belt being in college for 6 years. You'd kind of think that, hey, look, this guy has something here. Maybe he's missing something at some point, but something he ain't missing ain't speed by no means. I know it sucked to be a guy with this great size and speed. He did not get an NFL combine invite, so a lot of people looked over him at this point. But the thing is, though, at Florida Pro Day, 4.38 second, 40-yard dash, 6'2", 5'8", 196 pound, 81 and 1/8 wingspan. This guy is the longest defensive back in this draft. This guy's got speed, got size. Now, does he have the ability to be a great cornerback? I mean, you got to love seeing those type of metrics, guys. Like, that is incredible to see. Now, where he could fit within this team, I'm not sure. Is he going to be the next Cam Hart? Is he going to end up being the next Tarheeb Still? I'm not sure at that point, but you got to love those measurements. And you got to think at this point, he's going to be one of those guys that you could probably find a way in special teams to be able to get things kind of rolling a little bit more on that side, get those field tied snaps with him, and maybe find his way to basically add a high upside addition to our secondary all around. So very, very excited about it. The more I dig into it, the more I'm like, on paper, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty dang good. So I think bottom line, when you start looking at it, we might have a guy here that could be something good for this team. So I'm excited to be able to see where he could end up being with this team. I did want to just kind of point out a few other points about him too. The positional uncertainty is one thing that they kind of talked about and why his stock dropped so much. So his versatility playing both safety and cornerback was a double-edged sword. So it intrigued a team like the Chargers more or less because Chargers love to be able to kind of move people around to different positions. So it's basically his lack of a defined position was kind of his issue here. He is definitely a press corner, zone corner, or safety. When he got drafted, he was known more as a press corner. And it was interesting to think about. And you go back to Jesse Minter's interview that he had not too long ago with the media, or actually on Chargers Weekly. Hey, I want people to think that we're not a press team, a man-on-man type team. I know people let them sleep on us kind of thing. When you get a guy like Trikweze Bridges, he could be that dude that could end up being that press guy for this defense and kind of shift the defense a little bit too. So keep an eye out for that. Seeing how this defense might be going to next season, there is that ability to have a guy who can be that person to change up the defense a little bit. I mean, once again, his wingspan, his speed, his measurements are all there. Now, does he have the ability to be on field and to be able to perform extremely well? I'm not sure. But once again, they could put him as a safety. They could put him as cornerback. He has been able to be versatile, and the Chargers love that all around. So I think it'd be really good to be able to see where he could go. I know one thing that they did say is that analysts noted that he was average at matching releases and routes in press coverage, but excelled as more of a zone corner or roaming safety, which kind of fits very well for what the Chargers could do right now. Bottom line, I think they just don't know where to put him in whatever type of defense at this point. One other inconsistency is his Bridges play speed, footwork, and tackling mechanics. When you look at the highlights and everything that they had on the draft and everything too, I mean, he looked like he was getting some good hits in. He was able to go down and get some run coverage. He was doing well. But once again, I think these are kind of taught things too. Try to be able to take those right angles to be able to go ahead and be in the right position to make the tackle. I think that you kind of look at how like the Chargers are right now. Like you think about like a Deion Henley. You think about how Tarheeb, I think, did really, really well. And even contrast Asante Samuel when he was there too. He always kind of took the wrong angles to be able to not get the tackle and to stop the player with the ball. So I think those are things that are taught well. Now, Jesse Minter goes back to his defense quite a bit and talks about how he wants to put players in his best position for success. And that's where I think Trikweze could find his way, where Jesse Minter could coach him up to get him those deficiencies to become strengths. So I think those are things that could come around for him too. Now, even to say one other thing too, it was a pretty crowded draft class all around for defensive backs. Like even to say my guy, Kobe Bryant from Kansas was one of the guys that I was very high on too. I think it was Zai Alexander was another guy. I think he might've got late picked up in the draft or he ended up going undrafted. I'm not sure on that, but a lot of good cornerbacks did not get drafted. I fully expect a good amount of these undrafted guys to be able to find ways on teams and to be able to have some impact somewhere or another too. But I think Trikweze got a chance to be able to add something to this. I think once again, this whole draft was about a lot of size, and adding a 6'2" cornerback, potentially safety, wherever you want to move them at, is just adding more competition to this whole team. Competitors welcome, right, guys? I did want to note one thing too about Trikweze Bridges, his late season surge at Florida. So once again, his 6th year being in college, he had 70 tackles, 2 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, which was pretty good all around. He had some pretty good situations there. Now, as a cornerback or a safety, having 70 tackles is generally not very good. But at the same side, he was out there making plays and making things happen and getting some picks and everything too. So we'll see. He's got the traits to be a very, very good cornerback. I think he has the ability to be able to do some good things. I do think it would be kind of cool to be able to think maybe we put him as like an Antonio Cromartie type guy to be able to take some kick returns for this team. Utilize that speed to your advantage at this point. So I think there's something there with Trikweze. But once again, this is a very, very crowded team. But once again, competitors are welcome. Add more juice to this team every which way, and I'm all for it. So once again, that completes the 2025 NFL draft for the Chargers. Love to be able to hear your thoughts about Trikweze Bridges in the comments below. Once again, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you've not. I appreciate all the love and support. And once again, James from Bolt Bros. Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.